Hello everyone, I'm Laurie Duchek, an Information Officer with the Regional District of East Kootenay's Emergency Program, and I'm joined today by Donna MacPherson, a BC Wildfire Service Information Officer, and today we're going to kick things off talking about the Sooma mountain fire, which is in the Elko area.
Okay, so that is a fire I know that is a concern to people, especially in Elko, because it's so visible as it came around the corner of the mountain. That fire has been moving eastward away from the community of Elko. But I just wanted people to know that yesterday we were concerned about the possibility that perhaps it might move in that direction. So we put 4 initial attack crews, which is 12 people in a helicopter, in between the fire and the community of Elko. And their job for the day was to travel up and down the road and make sure that no sparks started on the other side of the area, and they didn't find anything, but they did a lot of work toward making sure that that area was good. Today we've got 2 more fire initial attack crews working in the same area. What they're doing now is they're starting to make sure they take down danger trees and preparing the road. There is an initial attack there is an incident management team moving into there. There's a camp moving into there, and there's a lot of more crews moving into there. So they just wanted to open the road up and make sure that it's safe for the machinery to move in.
All right, so getting some access in place for the incident management team. Now, incident management team, for people who aren't familiar with that term, is a team that comes in and is focused on working on a specific, taking over the management of a specific fire or a specific set of fires. So maybe you can just explain what's happening with that there.
So an incident management team is a group of very professional, experienced fire managers. And they come in and they have different sections that they're responsible for. So there's the incident commander who's responsible for overall management of the team. There's finance people, there's logistics people that make sure that they can get the resources that the firefighters need. There'll be a financial group that'll make sure that all the people that are working for us are paid properly. And we've also got a planning group who will make sure that they can get maps and specialty reports that are needed by the group to be able to move forward. Underneath them will be this whole group of firefighters that'll be working on the fire as well.
And we'll have more information coming out on that in the days to come. That incident management team is not just going to be on the Sooma mountain fire, but is actually going to be in the Flathead area. So they'll be taking over the management of that cluster of fires that we have in that area. So definitely great to see those resources on the ground and getting in place. You bet. Yes. So one of the other fires that we wanted to talk about today is the Quinn Creek fire. Donna, maybe you can just give us an idea of what's happening on the fire front there today.
So the Quinn fire was one that moved into the Bull River drainage. We had a trigger point down at the south end, just as where the confluence of the Brûlé Creek starts. When we got to that point, we wanted to talk to local government and let them know what was going on. And during those conversations, the local government chose to put an alert in place just to let everybody know that there's something going on and that they should pay attention. It's a great opportunity for people to get ready to move if they have to be asked. Today, there was some rain in the community of Elkford. I understand there were puddles there, which is always a great thing. But unfortunately, it didn't make it far enough that it fell on the fire. It is cooler today. There's more relative humidity in the air, which calms the fire down, so it's been quite quiet today, which is good. But as I said, we unfortunately didn't get a lot of rain on the fire itself.
All right, so the good news is there hasn't been significant growth or change in that fire in the past, like since overnight last night.
Yes.
It's continuing to be monitored closely, and they do have crews out working that fire. So in the interim, though, the evacuation alert remains in place. If people have questions or need information about that piece of it, the Regional District of East Kootenay information line is a great resource at 250-426-2188. Of course, the RDK's Facebook as well puts out regular updates, and those updates are actually with information provided by the BC Wildfire Service. So we encourage you to make sure that during this time you're following factual and reliable information sources. So is there anything else you wanted to add today?
No, I just wanted to assure people at this time that your safety is our biggest priority here. So we're working hard to try to get these things behind all of us.
Absolutely, and we've said it before, but I'll say it again, safety is the #1 concern no matter which side of the fires we're working on, whether it's from the BC Wildfire side, from the local government side, or from the people who are out. Ultimately, everyone wants to return home and to return home safely. So to that end, thanks very much for joining us today, Donna, and thank you for joining us. I'm joined now by Jameson Mailleux, and he's one of the information officers with the BC Wildfire Service as well, and we are talking today Lamb Creek Fire. you are the new Mike McCully, if
Gotcha.
for lack of a better term. So looking forward to the information you're going to share with us. And today, Jameson is going to be focusing on the Lamb Creek fire. So maybe you can just fill us in on what's going on out there today.
Absolutely. So we did have an infrared scan of the fire, so we should have a new updated fire perimeter with the best available data we have. So that should be coming out shortly. Crews are currently tight lining this area of the fire. So when I refer to tight lining, crews are getting as close as safely possible in a controlled, strategic manner to the front of the fire so they can build in contingency guards in here and then backburn into the fire to remove those fuels there. So in the event that in conjunction with weather and the fuels, as Kevin Shretnick spoke towards yesterday, the buildup indexes are unprecedented. These are some of the highest we've seen in recorded BC history. So it is quite challenging for crews in here, but they are tight lining this area and backburning into the fire. So the intensity of the fire, if it is to come towards our guard controlled lines, it doesn't have the same intensity.
Okay, perfect. And we did want to make sure that we emphasize that we're using a map that's a couple of days old, but we felt that it was important to have a map so that we could explain that you're working on this end of the fire. And speaking
Absolutely.
about resources, let's talk about the resources that we have on this fire, because we've got a lot of manpower on the ground and woman power on the ground today.
Absolutely, Lurie. So we have 169 direct fire line individuals working the fire right now. So that's supported by 21 pieces of heavy equipment and supported by aircraft. So we do have aircraft designated specifically for this fire incident, and we always have available resources that we can tap into if the need arises. Okay,
perfect. So still a very active fire, but definitely you guys are giving it everything they've got. Is there anything else you wanted to add today?
I just really wanted to thank the public. We know it's been, you've been out of your homes for quite a while. We are in direct communications with the local government, and conversations are taking place at an hourly basis, reassessing the anticipated weather, the current weather, what kind of fuels we have in there. So we want to make sure it's safe before we allow everyone to come home. So thank you very much for your patience, and we look forward to getting everything wrapped up.
Yeah, no, I definitely echo those sentiments. We literally, we're talking about it hourly, so we know it's a priority for the community. It's also a priority for the fire crews, and ultimately at the end of the day, the big determining factor is taking in all of the different risks and behaviors and everything out on that fire line. Safety is the #1 determination. So as soon as it's safe to do so, we'll make sure that we communicate that out to the community. But in the interim, we all thank you for your patience and thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.